I like you. A lot, okay? Holy shit!
We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fair to say. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here, and welcome back to Changeling. We're here with our girl. I don't really remember what happened, but we're here. I let a strangled groan and quickly went down the front steps. The sight of Spencer's car in the driveway gave me a pause. He wasn't sitting in it, nor was he anywhere nearby, not that I could see. Mom said he left early. Frowning, I started toward my usual spot, wondering where he was. I heard the voices long before I reached the end of the fence. Look, I just want you to stay away. There was a stinging feeling in my stomach when I heard that voice. That's Spencer's. What's he doing? He was on the other side of the wood fence that separated our front yard from Elliot, so I couldn't see him. I couldn't see him. But that had to mean he was talking to... I'm not going to do anything bad. We're just friends. As I expected, he was talking to Elliot. Why? I sighed as I stood there with rain dripping in my eyes, and I wondered if I should eavesdrop or just butt into the conversation. Fuck. Eavesdrop in the open. Hide and eavesdrop? But it's hide and eavesdrop. I chewed my bottom lip. I wanted to know what they were talking about and why Spencer was sticking his nose into my business, but I didn't want to fight with him about it. I looked around and quickly stepped behind our trash bins. There was a perfect little space for me to duck into without being seen. Michiko and I are just friends, so you don't have anything to worry about. So he only thinks of me as a friend. I didn't know how I should feel about that. I don't care if you say you're just friends. I know that's a lie anyway. Whoa, was Spencer being protective of me? It was kind of shocking. I honestly hadn't thought he cared about me at all anymore. I really won't do anything bad. I'm not worried about her. Are you stupid? Or not? What's that supposed to mean? I know the two of you have been hanging out together at night. She's been sneaking out constantly since we got back. Even more than she did in the city. Wait, what? I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I know she's hiding something and I want to know what it is. I think you're misunderstanding a lot. Is it to do with that stupid club you're in? Is that why you two were sneaking around town Saturday? I don't really see what that club has to do with this, and we weren't sneaking. I thought you were just worried about Michiko. She's your sister. You're supposed to be worried about her, right? That person is not my sister. All I want to know is what she's hiding, and I want you to stay out of my way. I stood up right then, accidentally overturning one of the bins. What the hell do you think he was doing? If he wanted to hate me, that was fine, but confronting Elliot like this was not okay. It was stupid, and I wasn't even letting myself acknowledge how much it hurt. Chico? I looked up and locked eyes with Elliot. Spencer was standing just behind him, glaring accusingly. Elliot, I need to speak to my brother alone. I was going to put an end to this now. I was dealing with too much on a daily basis to keep putting up with Spencer trying to make things worse. I knew he was upset. I knew he was struggling to cope with things. And I knew that his fears and suspicions weren't entirely unfounded. But it was my fault. I couldn't talk to him about it. There's no need for that. He started past me, but I reached out and grabbed his arm. Do you think I'm gonna let you just walk away from this? Do you think anything you're doing right now is okay? What I'm doing right now is none of your business. How is this not my business? You're going to my friends behind my back to warn them about me? What are you even hoping to accomplish by this? I'm out of here. And like always, he walked away from the conversation and nothing was resolved. I watched him go, staring at him accusingly the entire time. He backed out of the driveway. He didn't look at me again. All our problems aside, if there was one person I hadn't expected to be stirring up things behind my back, was him. I was just so angry, and he wasn't even around for me to yell at anymore. Stop holding the tears back and cry? Me. That's honestly me. Do it. I couldn't hold the tears back anymore. They welled up and spilled over. I was half hurting at having witnessed what felt like such a nasty betrayal, and I was half just furious at him, and I hated that the only thing I could do was cry like an idiot. I hurled my book back to the ground, fighting the urge to scream. Where did he get off doing things like that? It was enough to deal with the rumors everyone else was starting, and now I had to deal with the one Spencer was starting too. I worried about him. I tried to help him. I was doing everything I could to find answers so I could fix my relationship with them. And for what? This? I wasn't even sure it was worth it anymore. I crouched down, burying my face in my arms. Rain dripped down my face as I wept. I hate this. There was movement next to me, and I knew it had to be Elliot, coming to stand next to me. A surge of self-loathing washed over me. I hated crying in front of people. Anyone really, but I especially didn't want him to see me cry. I was too ashamed to even look up at him. But as much as I wanted to stay curled up in a ball forever, Elliot would probably be arriving any minute. I had to get a hold of myself. I took a deep breath and stood, swallowing back the rest of my tears as best as I could. Less crying, more strangling. That was going to be my motto going forward. I'm sorry you heard that. Yeah. Don't take it too hard. I think he was just worried about you, you know? Like a big brother sort of thing? That was a lie, we both knew it. Spencer had pretty much said the opposite. Actually, he's younger than me by 2 minutes. Oh. And we both knew he wasn't worried about me. I mean, he basically said so. I guess so. He really doesn't think I'm a monster or something, huh? Oh, he really does, sorry. I tried to laugh, but it just wouldn't come out. My chin quivered and I turned my back to him. This is the first time I let Spencer make me cry. The last time. Stupid. Oh, shit. It's a CGR. Holy shit, what? I suddenly felt the heat of Elliot's body against my back. Aren't we drenched? Or is there a paneling over this fence? Which I highly doubt there is. He wrapped both arms around me and held me tightly, pressing his face to my damp hair. My heartbeat suddenly went into overdrive. If that's really what he thinks, then he's wrong. Completely wrong. I mean, you're amazing, Michiko. You're smart and funny, you're nice, you're crazy talented, you're beautiful. That last one was a bit muffled in my hair, but I definitely heard it. Are we friends or what's going on here? If our face got any hotter, I was pretty sure my head would just explode. What do I do now? What if someone sees us? I'm not any of those things. I stumbled over the words, still trying to work out what was happening. He's so close. It wasn't like we hadn't been this close to each other before, but it was definitely different this time. You're all of them. The truth is, I like you. A lot, okay? Holy shit! I'm not going to stay away just because he said so. I felt his hot breath against my skin as he moved his head down and rested his face near my neck. I really like you. It felt almost like his lip brushed against my skin. I shivered involuntarily, and my breath caught in my throat. I didn't know what to say. My brain had gone a bit mushy as I tried to process what was happening. He's confessing his feelings. That's what's happening. Well, eloquent, Michiko. Good job. Suddenly, Elliot released me and stepped back quickly. Well, if you wanted me to stay away, I totally would. But that's your choice, not his. And, I looked back at him and his face was completely red, probably as red as mine. He was back to being uncertain again. It was impossible to stay flustered for long when he was acting just as flustered as I felt. I reached up, moving his wet hair out of his eyes. I'm not going to tell you to stay away. Really? I flicked his forehead. Don't look so surprised, jeez. Sorry, I wasn't sure what to say and what he just said about any of this. My own feelings were suddenly a complete jumbled mess. Listen, I'm sorry you had to see me lose it like that. Don't apologize, it's okay to be angry. He bit his lip. About what I just said though, it's true. I thank God. I thought he was gonna pull out like, I was just saying that for the moment. I really like you, but you don't have to respond to that yet. I mean, you don't have to at all, but at some point, maybe, unless... I knew what he was hoping for, but right then my head was so muddled I couldn't. I promise I'll give you a reply. Soon, okay? Right now, I understand. He smiled gratefully. Thank you. I mean, for everything. You've done so much. I don't deserve thanks for anything I've done. I haven't done that much. Behind him, I saw Ellie's car coming up the street. I hesitated but reached for his hand, squeezing his cold fingers gently. It looks like my ride's here. I'll see you at school. I released his hand and started up the driveway, feeling a bit dazed. The day was barely getting started, and it was already a bit of an emotional roller coaster. Hey, yeah? Want me to bring you something from the murder? Sure, I'll pay you for it today. Nope, my treat. I thought about arguing, but I suspected he wouldn't let me win anyway. I just nodded. Okay, see you. I waved and tried to put on a brave face as I went to meet Allie. She stopped just long enough for me to shake off the water and hop in. Welcome to autumn. It's been autumn for a while now. So, what's wrong? How do you always know? I'm your best friend. I know everything. That's kind of terrifying. No, it's not. It's amazing. Do you see me when I'm sleeping? And I know when you're awake, usually because that's when I had to leave to come pick you up. Now spill. I let out a long panic groan and curled over, resting my head on my knees. Today is stupid. It's a stupid day. It started out stupid, then quickly turned even more stupid. Wow, sounds bad, I think. Or maybe just stupid? What on earth happened? I bit my lip and reluctantly told her what happened with Spencer, leaving out the bit where Elliot hugged me and the acknowledgement of the sneaking out at night. I wanted to tell her so badly, but now it wasn't just my secret. I wasn't sure I could convincingly mention it and not mention Elliot helping me. And I wasn't supposed to tell people he was lurking around outside after that stupid vampire curfew. That would look so bad for him right now. I definitely didn't mention anything about confessions. Just thinking about it makes my cheeks start burning. I was going to need an entire afternoon to analyze that and how it made me feel. Though I couldn't deny that, everything else aside, it kind of made me happy. Elliot decided when I finished telling her everything Spencer had said. I've been trying to give Spencer some space, and I've been taking it easy on him until now. But it's definitely time for me and him to have a little chat. Please don't make it worse. Listen, I know you like to think this is some kind of dramatic new development in your relationship, but you two have been fighting and bickering for as long as I've known you. I've been the mediator thousands of times, and I've bopped both of you on the head when you needed it, and he definitely needs it. He went too far. Someone has to talk to him, someone he hopefully feels safe talking to. Tell me who else has even a chance of getting him to open up. Probably no one. I'm not even sure you do anymore. If Spencer doesn't want to listen, I'll make him listen. I can be very persuasive, I'll have you know. Besides, she cracked her knuckles loudly, he needs a little punishment for taking this long to get in touch with me. Please keep both hands on the steering wheel. Relax, I've got this driving thing down. I'd be more convinced of that if you'd keep both hands on that steering wheel. Anyway, I'd already been planning to sit down with him after Halloween regarding that whole potential for supernatural phase stuff thing. You know, just to feel him up. Surely you mean feel him out. That's what I said. You totally said up. Did not. You're so gross. I mean out. Okay. Well, say what you mean then. I don't want to hear your creepy Freudian slips about my brother. She snickered softly, but her face was really red. I rolled my eyes at her. Just don't cave in, even if he begs for mercy. I'll be strong, I promise. No caving. I mean, seriously, what a creep. And I mean that in the most loving way possible. I still can't fathom what you like about him. I'm understanding less and less every day, too. Oh, that's a disturbing laugh. I'll explain it to you one day when you're older. What does that even mean? You're like 2 weeks older than me. She gave me an adorably smug smile, and in spite of myself, I found myself smiling back. She never failed to cheer me up. Once at school, we abandoned her car and made a quick run to the entrance. Before we stepped through the door, Allie grabbed my arm. Are you going to be okay? Yeah, I was mad more than anything else. Once I reached a certain level of range, my brain just can't compute and everything shuts down. Okay, well, don't dwell on it too much, okay? Easier said than done, but I'll try. I may be scarce this week. I'm going to do my best to talk to Spencer, but just things are heating up at the agency. That murder thing? Allie sighed and leaned closer. I shouldn't tell you this, but 2 of our agents have vanished. They're assuming they're assuming they fell victim to whatever is attacking people in the woods. They were on patrols out there and just never came back. Holy jeez. Yeah, it's bad. So interns are going to be really busy. They better not be making you... They're not. It's fine. Please don't worry about me. I'm worried. I'm definitely worried. We stepped inside and finally out of the rain, and Allie gave me a quick hug. When the holiday is over, I will definitely help you figure all this out, okay? Don't stress about me. You have enough on your plate already. I really wanted her to just have her time to commiserate, to freak out with me about all the weird things going on, to study with me, to answer questions. I wanted her to tell me all the things I knew she was holding back, but I couldn't tell her any of that. I didn't want her to spend time worrying about me right now. Okay, well, you don't stress too much either, okay? No making yourself sick again. I won't. She gave me another hug and we parted. Allie went to the office, leaving me to my own devices. I decided to drop some of my books and homework by my locker first. As I walked through the empty hall, my footsteps echoed quietly. So much was happening. I really needed to stop and put the pieces together. The missing people and vampires. Elliot and Mark roaming around at night to solve that mystery. Me sleepwalking at night. Spencer being suspicious and following me around. Ugh. I paused, staring at the floor as I contemplated all the recent events. If I couldn't get Allie's help with the sleepwalking, then maybe someone else. Milo's? I sighed. No. I couldn't tell him. There was too big a chance I'd slip and mention Elliot and Mark, and he was the one person who definitely couldn't find out about that. Excuse me, did you need something? I started and looked up, realizing I was sitting right in front of a partially open door. It's handsome, man. Grant Mitchell was looking out at me. I had apparently stopped right in front of his office. Nope, sorry, just got a bit lost in thought. He gave me a pained smile. Okay then. He turned back to whoever was in his office with him and as he shut the door carefully. As I was saying, ugh, that guy. I continued down to my locker, figuring I'd head up to the club after. Elliot would probably already be there. That brought a spontaneous smile to my face. Gah. I rested my head against my locker door, remembering the feeling of him hugging me. I let out a long, soft groan. I shouldn't be thinking about this sort of thing right now. Good morning, Michiko. Who's this? At the sudden voice right in my ear, I jerked my head to the side, slamming it into the locker door. I clutched my head and bent over, groaning. Are you always this high-strung? Mark, no, stop. Stop, Mark. Go away. Mark, go away. I didn't mean to startle you. Go away. Just get out of this chapter real fast. I shot a baleful look over my shoulder. It truly was unintentional. I straightened, rubbing my temple. When I pulled my fingers away, they were tinged red. What the fuck? I looked at Mark suspiciously. If you were expecting me to shove you against the locker and latch onto the side of your head, I'm afraid you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I'm not exactly disappointed to hear that. It appears to be a small cut. There's a first aid kit in the club room. Great! Why is it that lately, whenever I get hurt, one of you vampire types is around? Is this some kind of conspiracy? Unlikely. He frowned. But I am curious about the other times you've been hurt when a vampire was around. I just sighed and shut my locker door. There's nothing worth telling, just minor injuries when Elliot happened to be nearby. He did assure me that vampires don't go crazy at the sight of blood. He was right about something for a change. We don't. The bloodlust of modern film and literature is largely non-existent. Largely. There are people of all species who struggle with self-control. That's true, I suppose. At any rate, if I was able to startle you when I wasn't even trying, you must have been quite lost in thought over something you shouldn't be thinking about. I shouldered my bag again and gave him a sour look. Deciding not to answer that, I did my best to just muffle my thoughts. And how are you this morning? As well as can be expected. He tipped his head back, studying me seriously. Don't you dare read my mind. I told you before that I only hear what you shout at me. I sighed. Stupid psychic vampires. His lips twitched slightly. Take that. He shook his head for the first time. That's so cute. Stop! First time a full smile appeared on his face. I'm glad I amused you. Were you going up to the club room? Yeah. I'll walk with you. No, I'm good. I'm good, Mark. Please. Mark, please. Mark, please go away. You're making this very difficult for me to throw my entire heart to Elliot. We were silent most of the way up, but at the second flight of stairs, Mark paused and touched my arm briefly. He quickly pulled his finger away and put his hand in the pocket of his jacket. Elliot won't tell me what happened last night, but I know the two of you were together. So Mark really was out there. Why did he just touch me? That was weird. Spencer also knows about Elliot and me running around outside at night. But how much does Spencer really know about what's going on? There are 5 times that I knew of since would come back. Did he know about every single one of them that first night? I'd seen the shadow in the woods. Was that him? I can see the situation is more serious than I thought. I was only aware of twice that he had ended up outside. Stop eavesdropping! What's going on? I laughed awkwardly and tried to sidle past him, but he closed off my path and backed me into the corner of the stairs. Oh my god. Elliot's gonna get the wrong idea. Oh my god. The expression on his face was serious, maybe even a little angry. Understand that if something happens to you, it will almost definitely negatively impact me and Elliot. We both know and live near you. So if you were to fall victim to a vampire attack, we are going to have to deal with the repercussions. This investigation is already an inconvenience. Well, I wouldn't want to inconvenience you with my horrific murder. We are trying very hard to convince the agency this is a feral vampire and not some upright member of the community gone bad. Feral. If you go missing, not only will it make that much harder to convince them, but Ellie and I may end up under even more suspicion. Especially if your brother reveals we've been searching all night on our own. Stop reading my mind. Mark pushed me against the wall, glaring down at me. Then tell me what's going on so I don't have to. Mark. I would love to tell you the truth, but you just gotta back off, bro. Get away from me. I tried to shove him away, but he held me in place. This is harassment. I don't have to tell you anything. Mark leaned down and looked me dead in the eye. You don't have to say it out loud for me to get answers. I've just been reading your surface thoughts as you screamed them out. I can take a closer look if I need to. Are you threatening me? Because you should know I'm not in a good mood today. Because of your brother? God damn it. I don't know if this is the correct choice. Like, what if I tell him the truth? Music's still the same. I weighed my option as I looked up at him. There were few. I could tell him the truth or just kick him and run. I wouldn't suggest the latter. Fine, I've just been sleepwalking, that's all. Sleepwalking? I guess that's what it is. I go to sleep on my bed, end up having some weird dream that feels like, I don't know what it feels like. And then I wake up outside at night, alone. And you haven't told anyone else. No, I was gonna tell Allie, but I'm not sure I can do it without mentioning that Elliot's helped me a few times, and I can't really mention that part. Elliot only knows because he caught me doing it a few times. Well, and my brother knows. Your brother. Then I suspect Grant Mitchell may also know. What? Why him? Your brother's been speaking with him pretty regularly since you've arrived. He's in his office right now. I fucking knew it. Wait, Spencer's the one in there with him? But Spencer hates... Are you sure about this? I've seen them together multiple times, considering that Mitchell has always snooped around the Paranormal Mysteries Club. I'm not surprised he latched onto a student with a history to try to pry into things further. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to approach you. Was it Mitchell that was with Spencer Saturday? He has actually several times. I believe he may also have been the person we saw in the woods last night before Elliot apparently stumbled on you. But why? Why would he be doing this? I have no idea. I don't know his history. I just know he's someone to look out for, and so is your brother. If fear of death isn't enough to keep you from wandering around at night, fear of those two blowing the cover of our community should be. Yeah, I'm not sure that's worse than death, actually. And I'm assuming you've never had a sleepwalking problem before. Trust me, working out how to outsmart myself and stay inside hasn't been easy. I angrily pushed past him and headed upstairs. I stalked the rest of the way to the club, hoping he could hear every single thing I was thinking about him. Everyone else got to have their secrets, but if I had one, it was a problem. Yeah, I wasn't okay with that. As expected, when we arrived at the club room, Elliot was already there. Danny, too. I haven't seen Danny in a while. He looks so weird to me to see him again. I can't swear. Oh my god, Ewan, seeing Ewan again is gonna be mind-blowing because I haven't seen him since like what, episode 1? Which is surprising. I hadn't seen him. I hadn't been seeing him much. Facts. Anyway, I need to go. Michiko, are you bleeding? That damn vampire nose. Bleeding? You okay? It's just a small cut, a flesh wound, one might say. Elliot was watching Mark, eyes narrowed as he went to the cabinet for the first aid he mentioned. What happened? You needn't look so suspicious. I startled her and she hit her head on the corner of her locker. He brought the kit toward the sofa. Sit here so I can clean it. I did as he asked and he doused the cotton ball with antiseptic before reaching for my face. Turned toward me. No, I'm good. I'm good. Elliot got up and came to where we were, watching as Mark doctored the cut. Danny stayed where he was, looking for all the world like a worried dad. I'll do it. Mark looked at him over the top of my head, raised an eyebrow. It's fine. Mark, let him do it. I shot Elliot a curious glance. Mark gently took my chin in his hand and forced me to look at him. Stop moving. Sorry. He moved my hair aside and placed the cotton ball against the cut and hissed softly. The cut is right in your hairline. I don't think I can put a bandage on that. Don't worry about it. As long as the bleeding has stopped, I'll consider myself fully treated, doctor. He dropped the cotton ball in the trash and started to put away the kit. Let me see. He gently turned my face toward him and I sighed inwardly, wondering when I'd get control of my head back from these two idiots. Is this supposed to be a secret love triangle? Because my heart cannot handle. Because I'm very into Mark. But I had to stay loyal to Elliot. Danny looked very suspiciously amused as Elliot examined the cut. It's just a scratch. He released my hand, looking far more worried than the cut warranted. This chapter has gone so long, I didn't realize the time, so I hope you guys enjoyed that couple of extra minutes. Anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. I feel like there's a secret love triangle here for the vampire boys. I know I have to stay loyal to Elliot, but my heart is really all for Mark, and I cannot wait to go to Mark's route. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Touch it,